I'll talk when I can talk more coherently. Hello, my name is Lisa. I am Mini Run Recovery, and this is week 6 of YouTube, but 7 for me training. Today I decided to do the Big House 5K run, which is my comeback run since I've had long COVID. I prepared for this like before I even knew I had COVID. When the sign up was available, I did it right away. I knew I wanted to do it regardless of whether or not my friends would participate or not, due to the fact that I've been a Michigan fan since I've been a kid, and I thought it would be a really cool opportunity to run through the stadium for the first time ever. For those of you who don't live in Michigan or aren't as aware, the Big House typically holds football games at Michigan. It was built October 1st in 1927 by Fielding Yost, who was a former Michigan football coach but became athletic director. His intent was to build a stadium that would hold over 200,000 fans, and that's pretty much the record number where we're at today with the amount of people that attend football games. It also hosts events like FIFA soccer or hockey, and it's so renowned here that there's bands that make songs about it. At Michigan, there's tons of traditions, one of them being the marching band and the football team going through the tunnel. And when the football team goes through the tunnel, they tap a Go Blue sign before they start the game. So a part of that 5K, especially the very end, you run through that tunnel, and then you also get to tap the sign on Michigan's field. And I've personally never been on the field before, and so I thought that was a really cool experience to be able to run on the same turf that so many football players have been on and coaches in Michigan's past. So it was a really cool experience to be able to do that for a run, especially a comeback run. So there's just a few things to know before you do the Big House 5K if you've never done it before. One is there is a big hill start. Like the first mile, you're literally going up a very steep hill. In general, Ann Arbor is very hilly, so it is good training if you're, going for like long distance runs because of the elevation and everything, but just know, like, that's how it starts. Michigan roads in general have like what we call like almost craters, because literally it's just from state history and the way that our roads have been taken care of. We just have roads with lots of holes, and so if you're running, just be very vigilant, because you could potentially get your foot stuck in one of those. I always look where I'm going when I'm running, but if you're getting really tired, there's always an opportunity to get your foot stuck. Like even my sister that was in the marching band, when she did her parade, rolled her ankle in one of the roads. So, and then also Michigan weather is very unpredictable. Last year I believe it was sweltering hot, and this year it was like 40-50 degrees. So if you do the Big House 5K, you're just not sure like what weather that you're gonna kind of get for race day. And then the last thing is just the congestion. Within the first mile, 2 miles, there was just a lot of people going through the middle. There were points that I had to jump on the sidewalk just to avoid the crowds. It's always great if walkers go on the right-hand side, even if you're doing run-walk. But even with that and people trying to respect the space or other runners that were around them, it's just so crowded sometimes within that first few miles. So just things to know if you ever plan on doing it. But the pro of just being able to run through the stadium and tap the same banner and go through the tunnel, I think is worth it if you're a huge Michigan fan. I think that Ann Arbor is such a beautiful city to run through too, and it looks really interesting. It's definitely worth doing at least once, but if you ever plan on doing the Big House 5K, just know you're going to encounter something like that along the way. So just being super transparent about it. For this week for meal prep, I kept it really simple. I decided to do paprika chicken. Just for the protein, I just wanted to do a simple recipe. It was like 3 seasonings, like salt, pepper, paprika, cover it in extra virgin olive oil, throw it in the oven for 30 minutes, and that was pretty much about it. And then I also made some wild rice because I wanted to try to get more grains in my diet, as what was suggested by my dietitian. So all of that went really smoothly. I also had some leftover soup from last week, the potato and chicken soup. But unfortunately, we experienced some power outages. And then the potato soup that I also made last week that I had at my work went bad out of nowhere for some reason. So I just had to spend more money than what I was anticipating. But what was cool was I got to eat some Grubhub from Breadless, which is a gluten-free restaurant. I didn't think it would be a lettuce wrap, but it was a lettuce wrap, and it was really good for what it was, though. You got chips, a wrap, and then you got to choose like a little side of like a bean salad or coleslaw, and then a pickle wedge. So that one was really good for me. I personally liked it. If I had to Grubhub, I would definitely recommend doing that again. But yeah, I just spent more than what I would have liked, but I'm just glad that I found some options and alternatives so I could eat still like healthy around my diet. Training wise, everything went pretty well for the most part. I did lots of runs that were continuous, no stopping. 20 minutes, I believe at one point 25 minutes, but everything will be listed in my screen eventually. So yeah, it was really good for the Big House 5K training for me because I pretty much was going to be running the whole time anyway. So it just happened to fit really well together, and I felt like it worked out really well. So I felt really great. My long COVID symptoms, just a kind of here and there, like memory fog, this week. There's some things or decisions that I've made that I don't remember. Like my family members will say, "Hey, you remember when I bought this asparagus for you and it just went bad?" And I can't remember asking for it. There's been like little moments here and there, like with trying to remember my keys, but I've really tried to implement some systems to remember things better, like stacking everything. Like today, I charged my camera and my phone in the same outlet, and I always know I need my GPS for my phone, so it was good to just be able to take my camera and my phone from the same place, so that helped out a lot. And yeah, I've just gotten in a better habit of putting the same clothes together, so it's not as hard for me to remember things. I definitely noticed it when I'm training for a new run. It's almost like this wall of glass comes up when something challenges me a little bit more, and I'm not used to it. And so like my first run this week, you'll see I was a little discouraged because I didn't know if I was going to make it to 3 miles. And I'm like, I'm running this thing on Sunday. How is this happening right now? But I've been able to work with that. And if I always know the first day is going to be the hardest, then from there, it's easier for me to get through my training. The cross training this week, I definitely did legs, I did core, I did back and arms for the first time. I wasn't able to record a lot of the gym moments, but you'll see some of my moments that I got earlier this week. So I thought it was really exciting to be able to do that again, and I definitely felt it in my arms after the first day. So it was just a really good feeling. I think I had some old training plans from an old friend of mine, and I'm just gonna look through that and kind of follow that so I have a nice full body exercise. And then during my 10-minute breaks, I also included some yoga to, you know, do some stabilizing and then gentle, like, dynamic stretching. Me personally, I don't like holding stretches for too long. I just like the way it works for my body. It's better for me to kind of dynamically move a little bit more. So, you know, like I would paddle through downward dog, or if I have my leg up, I'll bring my leg down and up just to keep my leg moving. But it was a really good week all in all, with preparing for the training for my running and being prepared. Like I don't feel sore at all. I don't feel exhausted from my run. I feel like I can keep going. So that's always a good thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoy my videos. And if you can, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you at the end of my training week. Well, so I'm warming up. I'm gearing for the Big House 5K this weekend. Really excited. It's my first 5K since I was diagnosed with long COVID. So yeah, doing a bit of a trail run just to shake things up a little bit today. The weather is actually beautiful over here in Michigan, so I decided to take advantage of that opportunity and do my 20-minute run interval. This is my last interval that I have. Everything else is a full-out run, so let's see how it all goes, but I'll catch you at the end of it. Alright, y'all. Car Chronicles. The run is complete. Oh my gosh. I think it was a 22 minute run straight. And yeah, I think I'm trying to run at the pace that I was at before long COVID, and it was much faster. And I just have to get to a point of acceptance that I'm not at that point anymore. And, you know, it can get better from here, but I have to accept like where I'm at right now. Otherwise, these 5Ks are going to be really tough. So I'm very proud of myself. I got it done. That's the important part. I have 2 more runs just like this week. I'm thinking Thursday and Friday I'm going to use those 2 days to knock the runs out so that Saturday I have a nice little recovery before I have to run on Sunday. But yeah, about 250, so not too bad. Just half mile more, and maybe with more time I'll be able to do that. But I did a hilly run today. As you could tell, it's not the trail as I was on before, because I quickly realized that the trail doesn't really have like a paved path, so I ran on the side. It still was super enjoyable, and it was really hilly, so I like the challenge of being able to do that, because Ann Arbor is extremely hilly. So I mean, just going to prepare me even more for the race. But I think I definitely need to do more outdoor runs. That is for sure. It's definitely different than the treadmill, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good time, and now I'm going to get off to my other job. Hey y'all, so sorry I haven't been recording videos in a minute. We've been having really weird demonstrations at my work, so I didn't want to cause any problems or anything by recording videos. Today was the last day of my 3rd run, and it went really well. I was really tired, so I wasn't sure if it was going to feel good or not, but I ended up doing just as good, if not better, than yesterday, with just like noticeable fatigue. So I have a race coming up on Sunday. I will be recording for that, so it'll look a little bit more interesting. A lot of times I just have to work out during my lunch breaks. Otherwise, I'm not able to fit in my runs during the week. So I'll see you guys on Sunday.